the Honeywell
Heroes, baby.
And guess what? We are back in action after missing last week.
Because JP couldn't drive here because of the snow.
That's right. Well,
That's all right. I don't blame you, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't have drove either.
No,
You
it's like
wouldn't have?
how long is
No,
your
I
drive
wouldn't
here weekly?
why not? 2 hours?
Yeah.
Hour
Oh,
drive.
no, I would not have. No.
Oh, okay. Why? I mean, okay. I guess I'm not driving.
You didn't. That's why we're doing episode 14 this week instead of last week, baby.
We're back in business, and guess what? We got a guest tonight, and our guest is Monique
Harris.
Thank you.
Is that what you were waiting for me to do that?
Hell yeah, I was waiting for you, man. Get it popping, dog.
Oh, my God.
Let's go.
I felt like you were looking at me. I wasn't even looking.
Well, I wasn't looking for Monique to be like, Harris. I was waiting for you, like.
Just,
You don't want her to introduce herself?
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
We got Monique. Monique, okay, listen.
Yeah.
You got to give us Clinton stud. We'll just say a Clinton great. Give us the rundown on you. High school to college to what you're doing now. Go. It's on you.
Oh, what do you, I mean, everything in high school?
No, you just, tell us about sports, and how you went to, college on D1.
Yeah.
And then, what you got popping now.
Yeah. So, I started playing volleyball very young. My mom has had a club that was passed down to her by the legendary Paul Davis of Clinton, Iowa.
Yep.
So he had a club here in Clinton, Iowa.
She didn't start that?
No.
Really?
Yep, nope. It was
Fun
Paul.
facts.
Yep, it was Paul Davis's club. It was called the Clinton Volleyball Club.
Okay.
And then, so he decided to stop coaching and I think he was just reffing. And then he kind of passed it down to my mom. She took it for a little bit, and then she decided to change the name to Genesis. So that's where that came from. So just always been in the gym with her while she's coaching for as long as I can remember.
How young were you when she started doing that? Were you like
I don't even
young?
remember when she started.
Oh, so you were young?
Yeah.
Young as hell then, huh?
Oh, maybe 6?
Oh, dang.
6 or
You
7?
were driving then, huh?
Oh,
Because I was driving at
I
6.
was ready to go.
I was driving the golf car out on the farm.
So I just, just kind of was around the game. Then I actually started playing softball. How that started, I don't know.
Wait, I'm going to say before you go any further, you were a shortstop.
I was
Dang it! Boom!
I was not.
Oh.
What?
No.
Yes, you were, liar.
Okay, no.
She's
in
lying.
high school, I was. But
Okay, high school, that's what I'm saying.
But to me, unfortunately, high school does not count for my softball career.
Why? Because it just didn't go well, or what?
That. And, no, I played ASA. So I did travel softball first. So I guess my parents put me in the Erickson Center League. I did that. It was awful. My dad always makes fun of me because I would not swing the bat. That's a fun fact. I don't know. I forget who told us to come try out for this team called the Milan Blaze.
Okay.
That was an adventure. So I tried out with them right over on, what are those softball fields on the north end? Right? Like by the train tracks?
Yeah. A Milan team came up here?
The tryout was there for whatever reason.
That's strange.
No idea.
Yeah,
the tryout was there, made the team, played there for a year, then decided it was time to take a step up. Went and tried out for the Quad City Firebirds, and that is where I found my home. That was amazing.
Nice.
Traveled everywhere.
What position?
Had a great time. I was a center fielder,
I can see that.
and no one was running home on me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm
At the
going to say
cannon?
right.
Yeah.
I mean,
So.
could Tanner outrun you?
No.
Dude, why are you using me as an example for speed?
In your prime.
No, I didn't have a prime of speed.
You had a prime.
Ever.
You both had a prime. When your prime and Monique's prime.
Okay.
It just may
Yeah,
have
she's throwing
been
me out.
different.
So
Oh
you're
my
telling
God.
me you're throwing random out, and his prime.
That's
and
not
your
even a
prime,
good.
you're throwing
That's
out.
not even. That doesn't even make her have a strong arm. That's not a good thing. She probably could have granny shot it from center field.
And you're probably at the concession stand getting
Some popcorn. Handfuls of it. And I don't even need the bag. Just give me the handful.
Oh man, that is awesome.
Yep.
So then I ended up. Then I of course played high school.
Yep.
So then I was shortstop in high school. Was not a fan of that position.
I knew you were short
At all.
because I looked you up.
Yep, not a fan of that position.
Wow.
I only played Clinton. I only played high school softball for really 1 full year.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I
Then
didn't know that.
only went back out the second time because my mom bribed me with a car.
She said, if you play softball, I'll get you a car.
Yes, because I only wanted to play traveling because they didn't correlate. Yeah. Unfortunately, Iowa, since we play our softball in the summer, of course, that's prime ASA time. And to me, the ASA, the skill was much better, so that's where I wanted to go. Yeah, so I would miss high school for ASA, and that would just cause problems when I would come back to high school. And then I would not be playing because they'd sit me for not being there, and just it was like, well, I just feel like I'm wasting my time doing this. And then on top of that, I'm playing traveling volleyball. It was just too much. So
that's a lot. That's a lot for any person.
Yeah. So I did, and also then I did traveling volleyball on top of that for majority of my childhood. People asked me what my childhood was like, and it was on the road.
I would think you were grinding.
Yeah, it was always gone. I rarely had a weekend off. We always talk about how we did not have a family vacation. They were national either softball or volleyball tournaments. Yeah. That's when we traveled. Those were our vacations. So kind of just went into. I feel like the travel ball for me made me into the player that I ended up being. Love all of my coaches to death, but I don't think in the 4 years in general ever can you transform players from nowhere to the Division I level. I just don't see it happening in one small season that's only a high school season that's 3 months?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just very unrealistic.
It's good to hear that because people need to hear that.
Yeah.
Because they don't. They think that their kid's out for the sport. My kid's going to play. Oh, they're going to be really good. And it's like, what have they number one, they haven't done enough to even play, let alone Division I and playing at high school level. I mean, come on.
It's insane.
We all know that.
I know exactly what it's like to do both. So
okay. I get you. I know.
Yeah, dude.
It's insane. I mean, it's such a privilege to play at any level in college.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I mean, every level, it's a complete step up from high school regardless. I mean, the JUCO level from high school is a huge step already that not a lot of kids can do that either. So, it's just one of those things that I feel like is a real big topic around here lately. It's a lot of high school coach scrutiny.
Did you know that I shared one of your quotes on our podcast?
Did you?
Well, actually, one of your statuses.
Oh, well,
it was. We were still at my house when we were doing the podcast, so it's been a while. It was a rant that you posted.
Oh,
it was that long one. I read it word for word.
Love those.
It was good though.
Can you read it?
I can't remember. I did it on one of the podcasts. I can't remember. It was about, I think, like parents blaming coaches versus children.
Yes.
It was a really long one.
Yeah, I
didn't tell anybody it was you, but it was you.
Yeah, it was me. I'll never get it. It will never make sense to me. I guess it's because I had parents that did everything they could for me.
Yeah.
And it's just frustrating seeing these parents not do everything they can for their kids in the nicest way possible.
Right. But, I mean, there's a thin line of doing everything you can.
Yes.
But, your status was good.
I don't know. I just want to see kids do well, and it sucks that all of the blame is being put on these these coaches that take their time out of their lives to try and do what they can.
For sure.
And then at the end of the day, you have to do your own work on the back end while they do their work.
Yes.
It was basically like about parents not holding their kids accountable and the kids not holding themselves accountable, but putting all the blame on the coaching. Yeah. We had talked about it. I think it was maybe Schnee was on or something, Stenda. I don't know. I don't remember. But
Don Staley said it perfectly.
If he could pull it up. But it kind of, wow. I mean, we might as well just make her like a co-host of this. Yeah. That's what we need because.
Right. I think you're actually the first female we've had on.
It is. Hey, you know what? Hey, girl.
I'm feeling real special.
Hey, don't leave me hanging, though. Hey, you can't leave either one of us hanging.
I'm sorry. I was here it is.
It's okay.
This is.
My knuckles are
Don Staley said it perfectly. I also shared this on Facebook as well. The problem is you guys have league dreams with backyard work ethic, and your parents applaud it.
Yeah.
That is
Cinda's gonna be wearing he's gonna be wearing a shirt that says that next episode.
I probably will make it.
I'm in, man.
Yeah,
I mean that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. That's all I can say to that.
I mean, and you have all of it. Here's the thing: you have the credentials from high school. When I say college, you played Division I. You didn't play Division III, Division II. You played Division I. You have all the credentials to back all these things up. So anybody that watches this, they can be like, "Oh, wow, she doesn't." What are they going to say about it? They don't even know because they've never. Me and Tanner have never been in your spot, but we both know like, going. It's like playing, pee-wee baseball to varsity baseball. That's the jump you make from high school to Division I.
Yeah, and I guess for me also it's just like I'm not the only one. Like there are so many other people in this town that have made it to where I've made it. Actually, even farther. I mean, we have one in the NFL for crying out loud.
David
but like,
Johnson.
What I mean by that is, we all had the same things here.
Opportunities.
We all had the same opportunities, the same type of coaching, the same things.
Same amount of time in a day and all that.
Yeah, so it's just like, it can be done. And it's clearly something that's stopping it, and it's, to me, not the coaches.
Right.
I just there's some other obstacles in the way.
For sure.
I mean, prime example for, like, my community, just a lot of growing up, they all want to just go play at the park, and that's fine.
Yep.
Go play basketball at the park. But that may not correlate when you get inside to the court.
Are you talking about right now or when you were growing up?
When I was growing up.
Oh, okay.
And then just a lot of complaints about the coaches aren't playing because of this, the coaches aren't doing this, but it's like you literally go play at the park and then come back during basketball season and then just think everything's great.
Yes.
Right.
100%.
So do you think it's even worse nowadays than it used to be? Like
yes.
In terms of like kids expecting to be in a certain spot but not putting in the work to be in that spot type of thing?
Yep. Like
do you think it's just around here or is it everywhere?
No, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's for sure a common trend. Yeah, I mean, I was just down in Georgia for a year, and it for sure is everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've talked about that a little bit. We don't know if it's social media or just the way the world has evolved or what. But
I'm not sure, yeah.
I don't know either. It's weird.
I'm not sure either. Just, yeah, it seems, and it's not even just in sports, I feel like. It's been correlating to school and just everything. It's crazy.
Kind of life in general.
Yeah.
We're so quick to make excuses for this didn't work. Well, if they didn't do this, or, well, if I would have known this, I made a post not too long ago on Facebook, like a couple weeks ago, and I'll say this, I've been drinking a little bit, but at the same time, it's exactly what you're talking about. Like, you're talking so much about, like, you're blaming, this community's blaming, as a whole, blaming the coaches. It's not that. And what we're talking about now, and I thought to myself, I'm like, there's so many things that I did when I was younger, and I did take responsibility for, but then I'd be like, well, it was because of this. And as I got older, my life just changed where I was like, it is strictly on me. All the things that I messed up on. But there are so many people that I look at, even people that I know, that cannot accept that.
Yeah.
Oh, I messed, they just can't. It's always somebody else's fault. That's why we're in the position as society that we're in, because we blame everybody for everything else. Why can't you just say, I thought this was the right way to do it and it wasn't. I'm going to fix it and learn, but let's blame somebody else. That's all we're doing.
Yeah, and unfortunately, everyone knows a person or multiple people that are like that.
Yeah. It's kind of sad. So, I mean, man, it's crazy that we're hitting on this because that's where we're at. I mean, I think with coaching and athletes, and that's just kind of where we're at. Like, when are people going to say, like, all right, it's time to be like, yeah, I messed up. Who cares? We're supposed to mess up.
Yeah.
But
it's just like the dedication to something is gone. It's like, I don't know. It's like I feel like kids nowadays just don't have the dedication to anything.
Right.
It's not even like school, sports, the ballet, the band, anything. I just, like, the participation, the numbers in anything are just, I feel like.
Well, and you see it. Like Fulton didn't have a varsity girls basketball team this year.
Yeah.
And you see, I think there's another school close by that's not having a varsity football team this coming year. It's like it's
crazy.
It is. It's nuts.
Man.
But no, I feel like it definitely is social media, though. I feel like everyone's seeing all these influencers and thinking, I'm just going to get rich that way.
Yeah, I'm just going to sit on my phone. I know it's got to play a big part about it. I don't know what else it could be. So.
Yeah.
We're going to just say that.
Yep, moving on.
Moving on.
Okay, Monique, how do you feel about girls wrestling in Iowa? Do you think that was like a big step forward for girls, or is it not that big of a deal?
Personally, to me,
yeah,
I don't see it as big of a deal.
Okay.
Because I just feel like we're women and we can do anything anyways. Yeah. Yep. But
I think it should have been here.
Yeah,
long ago.
But I feel like it's definitely a big step for not only the state, but just for women in general. Just to finally be able to put it in the forefront rather than me just kind of being like, well, we can do anything. Like, actually being able to show it is pretty cool.
Yeah. Right. Okay, and then in the exact opposite of that, do you think that Iowa should consider boys volleyball in high school?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I was just talking about that the other day. I think that would be a super cool move to do.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's fun to watch, like, Olympic men's and college men's volleyball.
Yeah. And I feel like it's starting to grow in Iowa for sure. I mean, Iowa Select down in the Quad Cities,
they have boys teams?
Have boys. Yep, they have boys. I want to say they just have one or two because it's just not that many of them.
Yeah, because there's probably not a lot of tournaments and stuff.
But they're definitely trying. So I don't see a problem with it.
I think it would be cool.
I think it would be too.
I heard that they're doing Did you hear this, Stenda? They're doing a rugby team this year.
I did. I just saw a post today on that. Yeah, rugby. I saw that. Yeah.
I'm actually shocked it took this long.
Yeah, I know. But I had a voicemail on our phone here at the store, and so it was the coach. He's like, "Hey," and I had to replay it. I'm like, "Did he say rugby? Clinton High rugby?" Well, I was so confused, and then I was like,
"Some stuff in here."
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So we have rugby balls.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think back to when me and Tanner had talked a little bit, before about like wrestling, when we had Coach Nee on here. I don't get how we got into where we're at now, where we're like, oh, we finally have girls wrestling.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was
What the
getting
hell?
at.
I mean, you have girls basketball, boys basketball. You have softball, you have baseball. Why track? Why are we now being like, oh, it's time to have girls wrestling? Why wouldn't we have had that? I don't understand why we didn't have that.
That's kind of where like my mindset is at. It's like I just feel like it's like, yeah, duh. I guess that's kind of where I'm like, it's like it should have.
But why not have girls? Why not have girls football?
Well,
that would be fun.
It's starting to form everywhere. I know that there are like literally professional like women's flag football leagues for sure.
Yeah.
And I had the opportunity to play on first all African American women's volleyball team.
Did you?
We played at adult nationals and we won. We didn't lose a game.
Nice.
It was amazing. But our coach that we had coach us, she actually plays football, women's football. She did.
Really?
For real?
Yep, and she owns a gym, multiple gyms actually down in Dallas and Houston, Texas.
I have a feeling she's swole.
Huge. I'll have to show you afterwards.
She's looking like.
There's no way she's not.
Oh, she's amazing. Yeah. Like my mom and I, we were like when we first met her, we were like, Jesus Christ.
Damn, this the real.
Yeah. Oh my, just ripped.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's cool though.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think they. Again, how do you, why did society cut those, girls don't play football? I get it back in the day, but, the changes we've had, I feel like we have not caught up to those.
Yeah.
We haven't adapted to it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe, and Coach Schneeberger, I use him because I've talked to him quite a bit since we had him on here, and I've, talking about when he's gone on the Gary Detterman show and they talked about things like how he was telling me how they were treating him at meets. Oh, they're giving this crappy gym, this little, 2x4 gym. And I'm like, and he told me, he did say it. Well, God, I don't even want to say this. I'm not even going to say he did. I heard this. Just some of the things just the referees would say.
Yeah.
And I won't even say those things. To me, it was just like,
well, didn't they get pushed back at the very end of some meet or something? They waited for 5 hours to wrestle. The girls did.
They were at the back end of it. They put them in this. To me,
that's crazy.
I mean, come on. Let's just. Everybody wants to play sports. If you got enough, I get it. You have to have enough people to play the sport,
right?
And you do. But come on here, we're playing this
if we're gonna do it, let's do it.
Let's go.
Yeah. It's just
all in or get the F out. Don't do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I just it's kind of just why I don't really understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have a favorite women's sports team, or are you just Iowa State volleyball? Is that your
favorite women's sports team?
And it doesn't. Any sport.
Cyclone.
Mine's Iowa women's basketball. I went to me and Liz went to our first game a couple weeks ago.
Really?
And it was really cool. Yeah.
Why is it your favorite thing now? That's weird.
If I have to pick a favorite women's team, that's it.
Okay. I would say my favorite women's team, oddly, is going to be the Iowa State Cyclones, but gymnastics.
Okay.
I thoroughly enjoy watching gymnastics.
Really?
Yes.
I like watching like Olympic stuff.
Yeah. I wish I could have been a gymnast.
Okay.
My mom took me out of it when I was little.
Isn't Simone Biles? Isn't she from like Des Moines or something?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I always remember seeing that.
Very hurtful. Mom, when you watch this, I'm very upset about it.
I hope when she gets, she's like,
Tiff, she's coming for you.
Yeah, I'm very upset about it still to this day.
Could have brought her.
It was just $75.
Life could have been different.
Right? We could have been in Tokyo.
oh no, yes. She could be crying when she watches this. Like,
know, right?
Did you really mean that, Monique? Like, no, okay, maybe
God,
I
no.
did.
The strenuous that they put their bodies through, I would not have made it. My dad always teases me I did not play basketball because it was too much running. I chose volleyball and softball. Because softball, it's only...
Every now and then?
Yeah, every now and then. Yeah. Volleyball, it's only in a small little box, so...
Right.
Yeah. I could see that,
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, so, okay. I've got Honeywell story, but I'm also, because we have Monique, because I obviously didn't play Honeywell, but you may have hung out there. Yep. But we'll also incorporate a playing story when you were an athlete at any level, or a coaching story for all of us, obviously.
Okay.
Whoever wants to kick off, I don't care. Give me something, whether you were at Honeywell, you were playing as an athlete, or you were coaching.
Okay, I'll just say mine real fast. I remember in high school, I learned two really cool things playing baseball, I think my junior year, because I did not play senior year. I learned how to, juggle.
I do remember. And
that. I took pride in that. I mean, I can still do it. And I tell everybody, I learned in the dugout. And B, I was like the tape man. Do you remember this? Like, everybody had me tape their bats.
I don't.
You don't remember?
Not really. No.
I'm just not remember this. So like, I always had the white like medical tape, and I would like roll it up and do cool designs, and everybody had me do it to their bats.
A little bit.
Yeah. And I only had mine on one hand. Do you remember this? I only had the bat grip on one hand.
Did you have the Black Magic?
No,
I'm thinking of.
I had the DeMarini bat.
DeMarini.
Remember, Chris got it for me.
Yes.
I still have it actually, but. Yeah, so I only had the grip on my bottom hand and no back grip. It was weird. I don't know why I did that. I think I thought it was cool, but clearly that wasn't true. So
I do remember that.
But so yeah, that's my two things that I took away from varsity baseball: juggling and bat taping. I was killing it, dude. I could throw it off the wall, juggling and all.
Oh man,
yeah,
that's.
Look what we do here.
What do you
love
got?
it?
You gotta have, between high school and college, you gotta have something.
I know, that's the problem. I'm thinking, and there's just so many. Okay, give me context of what I'm trying to think about. Help me narrow it down.
Any like huge wins, or like a memorable match, or something that you did to win a match, or something like that?
I'm going to go off the wall then, not even go in the volleyball realm. I'm going to go to softball.
Yep.
I think it was, what year was it? I don't even remember what year it was. We were nationals, and it was down in Moline. And I forget how it was. We were losing.
What team was this?
Quad City Firebirds.
Firebirds, okay.
And my mom knows the team that we were playing. I do not remember. My mom remembers like it was yesterday. And I think it was before my birthday. It was right before my birthday. And we're losing. It's bottom of the 7th inning. I'm up to bat. Bases are loaded. And my mom, I don't know. My mom is, of course, telling herself, she's like, oh, she's going to hit a home run. I know it.
Of course.
So, of course, I'm just normally going up to bat. Full count. Like, literally, it's a dream situation. And I for sure hit a grand slam to win the game.
You did?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You hit a bomb.
Yeah. I still have the ball.
Like over the fence bomb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I still have the ball to this day.
See, too bad.
Left field, center, right?
Is there a video of it anywhere? Or
No.
Was that not a thing then?
No.
We weren't filming everything
No,
yet?
I do have a video of a diving catch, but it's so grainy. It's not.
Looks like it's like an old Nintendo
yeah, it's
graphics.
like, who is it? I don't know. It could be anybody.
I can't picture Tiffany as a softball mom. I don't know why. I just can't.
Trust me. It was
funny.
a sight to see. It was cold. It would be 50 degrees, and she's in a sleeping bag. She doesn't just not the blanket.
Yeah.
She decided she figured out a way.
That's great.
And she would have a whole sleeping bag.
Oh my
and then
really?
with the blankets. Yep. And
we need to have Tiffany on here.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
We should.
That would be something.
Yeah, we gotta have.
She's got all the time in the world to do it, so you know.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Right.
Yeah, my dad was great. He was cool. the sun, we're brown, so, we don't want to get too dark. Right. So like most pictures, you just see my dad with his umbrella. My mom is just complaining about the extremities of the weather. Yeah, so.
Of course.
She didn't know anything about softball.
Hey, but it's her fault. Funny. She's the one that convinced you to play, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it was her that signed me up, more than likely.
Of course.
Yeah.
There we go. It's all
she signed me up for soccer. That was a disaster.
Could have been gymnastics.
Could have been.
Come on now.
But we were in soccer.
And it will only cost you $75.
Yeah. $75.
Life-changing.
It's crazy how $75 doesn't seem very much now.
Tiffany Harris, you really just...
You messed up our destiny.
You blew it.
I mean, first off, I'm only 5'7", so the Olympics for volleyball was already very slim. Yeah. But as a gymnast, I was perfect.
You're perfect, yes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think Simone Biles is like 4'10".
Yeah,
she's tiny.
That would be like a tower.
Yeah.
Love her.
Man.
People think we look alike, which is mind-blowing to me.
Really?
Because I don't see it.
I don't think so either.
Who is
No,
this?
I don't. Simone Biles. I do not see it.
Hold on.
I get it all the
I was
time.
trying to pull you up
She's
here.
like the
what is it? Simone?
The queen of gymnastics.
What's her last name?
Biles.
Biles.
Oh, there. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see it. No.
I just saw a TikTok of her.
Yeah, I don't. I don't.
I saw some girl at a restaurant one time, and she was like, "Oh my God,
well,
you look just like Simone Biles."
You should have just signed her autograph.
Hold on. Look over here. Oh, you do a little bit here.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I think so.
I'm not
seeing it.
I'm with you, Monique.
There's a little bit. I'm just trying to play in the middle here.
She's gorgeous, but
I mean,
she's her own gorgeous.
What does she do? I can't even get on I go on the toilet and I'm hurting for a week.
She's a beast.
Look at her. She's like,
she's
what is she
super
doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
She's kind of like Michael Phelps of gymnastics.
Of gymnastics, for sure. They actually had to ban. They had to stop her from doing one of her moves because it was too good.
That's true.
It was too advanced.
That's sad.
Yeah.
She's 4'8" and she's
4'8".
Is that what?
4'8". Yeah.
I gave her 2 inches too.
Oh, man.
Yeah. She's 4'8", man.
Oh my God.
That's what it says. Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely is.
She's 4'8" and she's 25 years old and she's from Columbus, Ohio.
Yep.
I thought she was from Des Moines.
I don't know if she was from Des Moines. She had a trait. She was living in Des Moines for a time period.
Okay.
I love it.
Yep.
We're just learning stuff all day.
Yep. Learn something new every day.
That's right, buddy.
You do. I don't think I really have. I do have a Honeywell story.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Do you guys want to hear it or not?
Yeah.
I do. Well, obviously. What if we were just like, nah, we're good?
No, that's okay.
No, because I like listening to what you guys. I mean, for me, it's like
listening to you.
Cool.
Listening to you is like a dream for me, dude. So,
Yeah, I know.
just say it like that in that same voice.
Yes. So.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Stop.
So we're 8th grade. We're in the 8th grade year. So I'm going into 9th grade. First year umpiring at Honeywell. And Jordan Sanders was the head umpire there.
Okay.
And it's the first game I ever umpire. And it's the end of the season tournament.
That was the first time you ever umpired?
Yep. So we're going into freshman year.
How did that happen? That you umpired your first game at the end of the year?
Because baseball was over for Pony. And
okay.
Oh, okay.
So Jordan Sanders, like, hey, he went to high school with my cousin. I knew him super well, whatever. So I'm umpiring this, and I'm behind the home plate the first game, and this ball is like the first pitch or second pitch is like low and outside, and it kind of does hit the ground. And I called a strike. And so I'm not kidding.
And how old are you? Like 14?
14.
Yeah.
So this is going to get really good. So I called a strike, and this dude who's coaching third base goes, "What the hell? No goddamn way." And he says this at this point.
In front of all the kids.
Yeah, and in front of all these kids and the parents. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm 14, like, I'm scared, I'm nervous. And then I go, you got 2 choices. You either bow down to her or you got to man up and get done. So I get up. I take I come out of there. I say, time. I take my mask off. I said, hey, shut up. It was a strike. And this guy just looks at me, and I'm going to get the head umpire of the facility. I said, go get him then. So he goes and gets him. And I'm standing there waiting for Jordan to come over to, like, basically conversate with him. And Jordan's like, what do you want me to do? And he's like, he called it a strike. And Jordan's like, okay, well, it's a strike. And these parents are like, they're all like, when I said shut up, you should see the parents. They were like, a 14-year-old just said shut up to a grown man. I was like, well, you're calling me out, dude. Like, What do I do?
You didn't do well with that when we were younger.
No,
you didn't.
I ain't backing down for nobody. Like, nah,
you never did.
So I'll never forget that. And I remember afterwards, at the end of the day, Jordan Sanders took me to Blimpie Subs over by Blockbuster. You remember where that was at?
I do remember where Blockbuster was.
Okay,
it was the old Family Dollar that is now Dollar General. Was that Blockbuster?
No, that.
Which one was that?
Girl, let's go.
Blockbuster was where Aaron's is, right?
Yes, you know where Super 8 is across from McDonald's on Lincoln Way.
It was all the way out there.
It was, that's where,
And then right to the left of that, there's like a little office, but it used to be Blimpie. Blimpie's the little guy that Sonny watches.
How long ago was that gone? Because I just remember Movie Magic.
Oh, you're thinking,
Well, and because I lived on the north end, so I don't think we went to Blockbuster very often.
Wait, where was Movie Magic at?
Was on the north end.
By Jewel. Where Verizon is.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So we were Movie Magic people because it was just right down the road.
Okay, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, movie right there.
And we were Mr. Movies because it was right closest to us.
Yeah, Mr. Movies. Yeah, Mr. Movies and Movie Magic.
But yeah, Blimpie was, wasn't it like green, red, and yellow, their colors or something?
Definitely green.
Green was there.
Green and yellow. I think it was just green, yellow, and
No,
white.
that was Subway. What am I talking about? I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know. But
I don't remember eating there.
Their cookies were great. They had good cookies.
I mean, they had everything there was good.
Oh, look, we are right. Green and yellow.
Yep.
Little Blimpie. Man, why'd they get rid of it?
Interesting.
Hoboken, New Jersey. Oh wow.
Oh, they need to bring it back, or I'm gonna open it myself.
You should.
It looks like they're still up and running.
They are.
What? Oh my goodness.
Yep.
America's Sub Shop.
It's I'll tell you this.
I wonder if they still have those sugar cookies.
Do you think they'll look at? You can own a store, JP.
See? Bring it back.
You guys want to go in?
Yep. Let's bring it back.
We can all partnership up.
As long as the cookies are the same, I'm in.
We do whatever you want to do. We can make whatever cookies you want to make, girl. Like we ain't gonna we can do. Yeah, we can tweak them. We got to do whatever we got to do.
What's the down payment?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I got to click get started, so I don't know.
You got to go through a lot of steps.
Probably like $275 million.
It doesn't look too complicated, though.
The real question is how many Blippies are still out in the world?
I don't know. That's
like how many locations do they have?
Yeah, they have a whole section dedicated to trying to get you to open one. So
it doesn't seem like they probably have that very many.
6? There's 6 of them.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It says there's 1,000 employees. It doesn't say how many places there
are. That couldn't be.
Well,
that's really not a lot, though.
No, it's not.
Is it?
No. Because you still have to have like the accounting team, the HR department, all of these different departments.
So that they're probably like 6.
Yeah. It's not very many.
156.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's not very many.
Well, we're close.
Yeah. 156 locations.
That's unfortunate.
That was my story, but back then
Sorry, this turned into a Blimpie franchise.
We got to talk about Blimpie. Dude, Blimpie was an old school era for a lot of us.
Yeah.
I forgot about it.
It wouldn't be for, obviously, probably around your time.
Was your mom working at the check cashing place? And was that open when she was there?
Yeah, so my mom.
So she probably ate that a lot.
She was the store manager of Check and Go.
Okay.
And I would be so excited when I would come home. And she would have the sub in the fridge, and I'd be like, and that thing. You talk about like Subway, you thought it was big? No, that thing was huge. This sucker is like, dude, this is way.
Did you ever go there with her and Bruce?
No, I did never go there with Bruce.
Okay,
no, we're not talking about. Why are you bringing this guy up?
Because he worked. Didn't he work there?
Yeah, he did work there. Okay, stop. All right, and I don't even think Monique probably doesn't even know him. She
doesn't, but it's hilarious.
If we brought him up, she might know him.
Yeah. What about Golden Corral? Was your mom working that Check and Go when Golden Corral was there? That was a long time ago.
No, that wasn't open. No.
Wish it was still there. I'd be there right now.
Yeah, I know you would be. You'd be eating the buffet for 24 hours. This guy be eating the buffet for 24 hours a day.
Yeah, I'm just going to bring my pillow.
Yeah.
I'll just sleep here.
Yeah.
What time does lunch start?
They're like, hey, you got the whole day buffet.
I'll be in the bathroom until then. So.
Oh, man. Mm-hmm. All right. I got another one. Just for all you guys. Throwback. I like to do the throwbacks.
Yeah.
The 90s, 2000s throwbacks. Okay? So whether you were a kid or while you were in school growing up in Clinton, just give me something that, takes you back to the Clinton, the Clinton era. Like whether it was like, you did this every Saturday, you went to this restaurant. You guys did this as, et cetera. Throw it out there for me.
Yeah. Two. I have two.
Okay, throw.
They're both just in high school. Middle school, I really didn't do much because it was just sports.
Yeah, I got
But in high school, my friends and I, every early out, we would go to Yenching. It was right. Every early out.
Really? Yenching? That was the spot?
That was our spot. Why? I don't know. Would I go there now? No. They need new carpet.
Yeah, it's time to upgrade.
If they're also watching this, please, you know me. They know my order from as long as that is my place. But just please get new carpet.
Is it open? Is it open for dining yet?
Yeah, that's why I know that they need new carpet. Yeah. My mom and I went when I was pregnant, so my smell was really heightened.
Oh no!
But she was more bothered than I was.
Do you know?
I just still love Yenching, but
fun facts about there. Liz worked there just on buffet days. And she said it's like the cleanest kitchen she's ever seen.
Seriously?
So that is good news to hear.
That's amazing because she said that was my spot.
Yeah, she's like, that's literally the cleanest thing ever.
Low-key, that's going to be my lunch tomorrow.
Yeah.
I will be getting it to go.
Are you going to give us, what did you have? What's
your meat? What's your food?
Sesame chicken.
Okay.
Their sesame chicken is fire.
It is. It's top of the line.
Then I have to have the extra sauce.
What's that, like the actual sesame sauce?
Yeah, I need more of that to drown my rice in it.
Yeah, that's
okay, I got you. Yeah. I feel you.
It's real sweet.
Yep, it's perfect.
What do you eat from there, Stenda? Probably some real weird.
Why? Because
I don't know.
Normal? I like crab ragoons.
Because I've seen you eat sardines out of a can. That's
why. Because I eat normal. I like to I'll eat whatever.
That's
but
fine.
Crab ragoon.
I'm not mad at you.
Crab ragoons, rangoons. I could eat 40 of them.
Yeah, they're so good from there.
And you know what I'd be doing? I just hit the middle of them and I put it away and I go to the next one.
Oh, you don't eat the crunchy part?
I do, but I like the bulk of it.
It's so funny. My mom's complete opposite.
She only likes
the crunchy part.
Does she get just the little noodle things for the soup?
Yeah, then she'll just take a little bit of the cream cheese, but she doesn't want. Yeah,
that's funny. Dude. So look, you and Tiffany could order a couple orders and be good.
We're gonna have to work this out. I don't even know.
Yep, she mainly she takes off little and slides it off.
She picks off the corners.
Yeah.
What is she doing?
And then takes a little bit of cream cheese with it. But
oh my gosh.
She don't mess.
I'm calling her after.
Yeah, she don't mess with the middle. Nope.
That's fine.
And then my second story is we would, of course, Friday football games go to Applebee's half-price appetizers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, right now I got to give you another one.
Yeah.
When you say Applebee's and half off appetizers, you are.
Yeah.
We're bowing down to you.
Dang.
Every Friday, never failed. Basketball, football games didn't matter. It would be a Tuesday. We're like, we're going.
How can anybody in this country be against Applebee's at half?
It's so that's
appetizers.
our spot now, dude. Applebee's is so good.
And now they have this, like the sizzles that they have, the sizzlers.
Yeah.
Then they got the bourbon steak.
Yeah.
To die for.
Everything's fire there.
Yeah, to die for.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I can't believe you brought that.
Do you know I was there? We were there last week, and the waitress came up to me, and I was like, she's like, do you want any more? It was like, I already drank 2 pops. She's like, do you want another pop? I'm like, yeah, I was thirsty. And I listen, I was like, she's like, do you want another one or whatever? And I was like, no, I'll just take a water. She's like, it's free refills, right? I'm like, and then I'm like, yeah. And then she went to go get my water, and I'm like, looked at Liz. I'm like, does she think I'm broke?
That's exactly what she thought.
Yeah, I'm like, why did she just say that to me? Because she thought I was getting water because I couldn't afford another pop. I'm like, what in the world?
Like, no, I've just had too much pop now.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm good. I just drank half of the box of syrup.
I cannot believe.
She said, I'm like, when is the last time we didn't have free refills? Like in the 90s. What in the?
Oh my god.
Yeah, she really treated my life there for sure.
Yeah, low key. That happens a lot to me, and it's quite hilarious. I will never forget. My mom knows for sure. I went to the store once, and I don't know why he proceeded to ask me what method of payment I was going to use. When did they do that? I don't know. And he just looks me dead in my eyes and said, "Are you using food stamps?" No, I'm
really?
not.
Oh my god.
Actually, do you have some? Because I don't even qualify.
Yeah.
So.
I used to, and you know how embarrassing it was, like when my older kids were little, and they'd hand you like the other keypad, and it's like attached to this, and it's like you have to reach over the counter to put your number in. Yeah, embarrassing.
I'm really hurt because now that I have an actual job, the last time I was able to get food stamps, because I wasn't really working. And
when I had them, I used to get all.
February was the last month that I got them. I'm really sad.
I used to get all the steaks. Anything that new came out on the shelves, I'm like, yeah, let's try that.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna be right back to normal stuff.
Yeah. Now we're just getting eggs and maybe eggs if we can afford them. But
man,
well, you guys were living. I always had to. I was always broke. Yeah. Broke as a joke, man. That's right. I still am broke as a joke, honestly. I don't care.
You mean well, though. So
I mean, yeah. Yeah. But no, I feel you on that. Like, it is kind of funny when you think about it. Like, I've been there before, too, where I've bought something, and they have asked, how do you want to pay for it? I'm like,
money?
What do you mean? Like, how else do you pay for it?
You should stare at them in their soul and be like, what do you want me to do?
Like, yeah, like
are you expecting something other than money? I'm confused.
What is
Are we
this?
making arrangements, sir? Because I don't know anything about these arrangements, man.
So lost.
Yeah, like she was like, here's my debit card. And how many people? A lot of people don't pay cash.
Yeah,
no.
I've noticed even here, a lot of people it's all card. Anyways, I got a few. So I remember my favorite place to eat when I was little. I always asked my mom to go here. Was Little Caesars in Kmart.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
That was fire. I can picture it right now. And they had the magazines right there. I'd always get the WWF magazine and look at all the wrestlers and eat those, whatever the bread was. Crazy bread.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Full of garlic, grease.
That's real nostalgia.
And then also,
it is.
Me and my mom and my little sister Angie used to always wait in line for like hours to get Beanie Babies. That was another memory. But it was usually in Fulton at like where Crumpets is now, but it used to be a drugstore. For some reason, all the drugstores always had the Beanie Baby releases. But I remember we waited for like the Princess Diana Beanie Baby.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
it was a real deal back then. Everybody thought they were going to get rich, and now everybody's got like trunks full of Beanie Babies that are worth nothing.
Yeah, nothing. If you were smart, where you would have invested is Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pokemon. Yeah. Can you imagine if you had those still? I think my mom and dad gave those away at some point when I moved out because I had some good ones. But
I mean, that's if you think about it, like if you were Pokemon is the amount, like even eBay. I've seen some of the cars on there. I'm like, are you kidding me?
How much? Yeah.
I mean, you have to be a nerd. I mean,
hey, I used to remember I told you we talked about this. Remember, I used to go to the Burger King trading nights on Tuesday.
Yeah, I know you did, man.
Me and Boothby did.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys did.
We did.
Yeah, I know Boothby. I can see he would love to wear the crown hat. Boothby, that is.
They probably didn't even fit his head back then.
No, he had a big old.
All that hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Man, I love it. Yeah. Let's see here.
So I got a question. Since we were on this topic already, it's kind of weird that I had this. If you could bring one business to our city of Clinton, what would it be and why? We could be huge or small, or why do you think we need it, or whatever?
Definitely a sports complex.
Yeah, I like that.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, it would be so good for our city.
Yeah, I feel like that's the main complaint of not doing the extra, like putting in the extra work, is because there's nothing. You have to do the traveling, and
right.
I get it. People don't like to do that. Mm-hmm. I understand that. So
I just see like even for like Morrison has the super nice softball and baseball fields, for example. It's like
even like in Sterling, Westwood. Like
if these little places can do it, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to do this.
Yep, I agree.
What about you,
so
Stenda?
much open space.
Oh, I don't know. I just have
just career jobs in general. Probably, because I've heard you talk about that before.
Yeah, I think that. But, I mean, I agree with you, like something, again, if you want, it doesn't matter where you live at. If you want your city to thrive and to grow and bring population and tax base, you need jobs for people, a reason for them to come here, for them to navigate there. Right now, there are things like ADM and Equistar and things like that. But that's kind of been the case for a long time. Mm-hmm. And again, what are you doing to bring people to your community to say, I want to live in Clinton? I don't know. I mean, I think that's as a community as a whole. I don't like to bash anything, but how do you ever? You cannot thrive. You cannot thrive if you don't have people moving here for reasons to move here. They're not going to move here to be like, so I can drive 50 minutes a day to go to work. Yeah. There's nothing here for them.
What do you think it takes to make an incline of that, like to move forward? one big place coming here and making it a trend, or what? Or don't you really know?
I don't think I have the the education on that, but I would say you do have to, when a business closes.
Des Moines doing it, so like somebody had to have started that at some point.
Right. And I think like places like that, they just continue to go, let's keep going forward, add the business,
right.
Do this. Like, if the business across the street closes, you better find somebody to come in there and fill that spot.
Yeah.
You better. It doesn't matter.
You're right. And Clinton does a lot of the opposite. Yeah. I'm not saying it's anybody's fault in general, right. But a lot of places close up and it just sits there. Mm-hmm. And then the place next door closes up and it just sits there. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think if you want to thrive, you have to, it's kind of like saying right now, and I know me and Tanner have kind of talked about this, like opening a bar. If we wanted to open a bar, that's cool, but how many bars are there in Clinton?
Too many.
Right. So if you were going to do that, you better do something that separates yourself from everybody else.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then
they're
also,
all just the same.
Yeah. And does it employ people? Does it bring jobs? And I think that's the thing is, Equistar and ADM have controlled this area for a long time, but that's kind of run out to where it's like, all right, what are we going to do now to bring people to say, oh, Clinton, yeah, I'm going to move here. What else are they moving here for?
Right.
I don't know. I'm not a business person, but I think have a general consensus of what you need to do. The only way you can make money is to have tax base and citizens. If you lose citizens, each time people leave and the census goes down, you have to make up that tax dollar by what? Taxing it to the taxpayers to make up for people leaving. And that's because people are like, well, there's nothing here for us. Find a way to get them to come here. I don't know what it is. You got to do something.
Honeywell heroes, dude. That's why they're all moving here because we're here. Dude.
Yep.
Well, hopefully.
And actually, you're not even here. That's just me.
I'm not. You guys are both here. I'm not, but I care enough. But I think you guys can still help reach people. We all can, but you guys being here to be like, hey, we want to bring it back to where it needs to be. This is what we got to do. Like, at least you guys can be a voice in that to be like, hey.
I feel like, honestly, the first step for that with this town right now is we get the people back on board.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's just so much.
It's so hard. That's such a broad, thing.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, you want to see your town thrive, but I don't know.
Well, speaking of thriving, cool news. I went to the CJB board meeting last night.
Oh, yeah.
That was I used to be on the board when I was head up. I was on the board for Clinton Junior Baseball for 10 years. Well, I wasn't on the board for 10 years, but I was there for 10 years. I was on the board for probably 6. Anyways, so I linked up with him to hopefully partner with the store, with Rivals, and then I also brought up some cool things we're trying to do with them with Honeywell Heroes, because obviously it makes sense. And they all were super on board, so hopefully we'll have some cool info for you guys coming up soon. You guys will see us a lot, hopefully out there this summer. Right, JB?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and we'll get a lot of people.
So we're excited. We kind of want to make it a little more.
Monique, we'll get you involved where you can. I mean, I'm being serious. Like, where people who have a voice in the community and people,
especially athletes of whatever, past, present, whatever. We're trying to get everybody involved. So
cool, yeah.
But yeah, so we're excited, and hopefully we can release that info probably in a few weeks or a month or so.
Yeah,
cool.
Stenda.
Yeah. We will for sure. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah,
I got one. Okay, I kind of hear. All right, I'm gonna. Well, yeah, okay. Monique, I'm gonna direct it towards you.
Okay.
Obviously, because it is, but at the same time, we can all chime in.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you feel is the most difficult part of the process when you transition as a high school athlete to a collegiate athlete, especially becoming a Division I athlete?
The hardest part?
Yeah. What is the hardest part of that process?
The speed of the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, go ahead, because I don't know.
Yeah.
I have zero clue.
Because at the end of the day, the knowledge doesn't change.
Right.
And the game doesn't change. But it's just they're bigger and stronger, so it just makes the game faster. I will say the greatest thing I did for myself was graduate high school early. and go out to Iowa State a semester early.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. If I did not do that, it would have changed my whole entire career, I feel.
Yeah.
I was just able to in a slower pace, be able to get acclimated into that system. Because instead of me going...
And like, boom.
Yeah,
here it is.
I start school in August, and season starts the second day of school. Yeah. I was able to, go in the winter, and, the spring season's so much slower. So it's we only pretty much just do open gym for the first month, and then February we would start team practice, and then March we have team practice some more, and then we have 4 tournaments in April. So it was a really good introduction for me, but I would say that was the hardest transition for me was, the speed of the game and just realizing that you're not big dog anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's just an assumption, but and the reason why you got to D1, a D1 sport, is because you're the man or the woman in high school. So it's that's probably got to be a hard thing too. Your mentality of okay, I'm not the absolute best out here anymore.
Yep, so. You go and everyone was the person for where they came from.
Yeah.
And funny, the way it worked out when I decided to go, I walked on. So I was a preferred walk-on. So I was they'll probably after 2 years I would get money. That was what I was proposed.
Okay.
And just from what the offers and stuff that I had received from anywhere else, Iowa State was the biggest. So I was I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Why not? So walked on. Like I said, when I got there, their setter had just decided to quit. I got there that Friday. I think it was that Wednesday or something. Okay. Earlier in that week, she just...
this isn't what I want to do?
I'm done.
Really?
And she transferred. Yeah, she ended up transferring. Man. So they're left with no setter but me, a little 17-year-old kid coming in.
Yeah.
So, of course, now I'm there. I'm the only setter they have. We're in the spring season now. So they go get a transfer from Mississippi State to come in. That she would have been going into her sophomore year. She was a year in front of me. So they went and got someone that at least had playing experience.
Right.
Which makes sense. 1,000% makes sense because I was terrified when I was wait, she's gone? Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Because I found out when I got there, so I'm huh? Okay, this is scary.
Yeah,
okay, here we go. So that helped too. They had to do what they had to do, so that was that. And then now going into our freshman year, not playing. It's good. The first time I hadn't played ever.
Yeah,
so it was already oh man. So it was, they always say everyone in your freshman year, you have a time. And I had a time. I remember we were traveling. We had went to Texas Tech, and we lost in 5, and it was a mess. And we played early that morning. We chartered back home that day, and I drove back home. I was I'm coming home.
Really?
Came home. I was I just need to see my family.
Yeah,
so I came home, saw my parents. My dad was gone. It was just my mom. So I came and surprised her. And I made it seem like I was surprising her, but it really was for my own mental.
Just to feel normal for a minute?
Yeah. So then, of course, literally was Saturday. Then I had to go right back Sunday. It was so stupid. But when I left Sunday, I cried at least all the way to Cedar Rapids.
Yeah.
Cried all the way to Cedar Rapids. Just didn't know if I could do it. Because that's just how I felt.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't know if it just kind of clicked for me. I don't know what all of a sudden kind of shifted. But next thing I know, I was just practicing much better. I was playing better. I felt more confident. And the next thing I know, we weren't winning. It wasn't going well either. So then they finally decided to make a change because I was starting to practice better. It was going well. They decided, okay, we're going to go to a 6-2. I didn't tell my mom. She's very mad at me still to this day. I guarantee I didn't tell her that I was going to be starting the next game because it was a Wednesday night game. We played Kansas State. I remember it was yesterday. And then that Saturday, we were playing at West Virginia.
West Virginia?
That's your
Oh, Lord. No,
but my mom is originally from Pennsylvania.
Where at?
Which is why she's a Steelers fan, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, she's a Steeler fan?
Yeah.
I got to give you another one.
No, I don't condone
What a lady. That's why you just got to love her.
Yeah.
She's a Steeler fan.
It's a small town called Farrell, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
But that's where she's from. So I think it was like 2.5 hours from Morgantown. So my whole bunch of my family were going to come down to the game. So my mom and my dad were going to that game.
Yep.
So they clearly weren't going to come to Ames on that Wednesday because they were going down there over the weekend.
So you started and they weren't invited?
No. So I didn't even tell her. so she literally, then I told her that day, like, the game is at 7. I think I told her at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So there was no way she was going to be able to make it. But I told her that I was going to be playing. I didn't tell her I was starting. So when she sees now the game's about to start, and the way we would line up, it's like you have the first, like the libero, and then the starting 6, and then the non-starters.
Yeah.
So of course, all she had to see was that I was on the right side, and I already know she lost it. But then it just kind of clicked from there, and then we went into a 6-2, and then we ended up winning. After that, we won the next 8 of our 10 games with me playing.
Nice.
So then we ended up finishing, and if we didn't make that switch, we wouldn't have made the tournament that year. So we made the tournament that year. We ended up losing in the second round. Illinois, I was able to go to the tournament all 4 years. That was amazing.
Because you were a 4-year starter.
Yep.
At
so
ISU.
Really, I'd say 3.5, considering I didn't play for the first half of my freshman year, but technically, yes.
Until they figured it out.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, get this lady in the game.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And then
you want to win.
It was all she wrote from there.
Sweet.
Yep.
Yeah. And then,
what were her accolades, Stenda? I know you got them.
Honestly, here's the thing. I pulled up last night. It was at work last night, and I was on the computer, and I was like, okay, it's kind of like Ethan Holmes. There's too much shit. I don't know what, but I mean,
when I finally looked at it, I was like, this is very long. For no reason.
Yeah, and I think like just going back to like Ethan and Kevin Hart and stuff, and especially you can be super successful here in Clinton.
Yes.
And I think that's just what I come back to is like, all right, we're throwing the people at you. They can do it. They're trying to tell you how to do it. Now run with it.
Yep. And that's the ultimate goal. And I make rants and I maybe sound like I'm angry or anything, but at the end of the day, I know it can be done. Yeah. And there's so many kids in this town that do have the potential to do it. They just don't have the people behind them.
Yeah.
And that's the most frustrating part because it's out of their control.
Yeah.
And that's what's sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're 100% right. If they are enabled by their, and again, I've said this before openly, like the parents, we're kind of both saying the same thing. I just say maybe a little bit more like, yeah, it's the parents. I do think that's where it comes from. If you're going to enable them, then what do you expect them? They're never going to reach their potential, and why are they not succeeding?
Yeah, and the same with like just them in school and how kids are in school today. It's at the end of the day, they still spend way more time at home than you do at school.
Right. Oh yeah,
right. And it's crazy how like you just still hear like, oh, the teacher did this to my child, and it's what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like the era that we are in is that way. But I mean, how do we, for both of you, how do we break that? How do we break out of that?
I don't know. I really don't. I want to say it's just to continue to lead by example and to hold, like, to be accountable, but I don't know.
I mean,
just try and be good as you can as a person and hope people start to follow.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
It is it because, a lot of people will say, if this happens to my kid or this happens to me, hold me accountable. And then when it happens, it's like,
every time.
Put the brakes on. Yeah. Well, somebody else, I'm like, all right. So this is why we're in the position we're in.
If my child's doing this, tell me. I tell you, no, my child didn't do that. Yeah. Okay.
It's like, dude, I know what I was doing when I was a kid. And, you just know, like, if you were a kid, you're like, yeah, my parents didn't know about that. And when they did, you're like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Like, Tanner knows about that.
Uh-huh. For sure.
Yep.
Hey, guess what? I want to hear a little bit about this day in history.
Okay, let's do that. And while I do that, you should go grab the food over there.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. On this day, March 2nd, There's some cool stuff in here. So 1874, National Association of Professional Baseball Players officially adopts the batter's box. So in 1874 is when the batter's box was introduced. It would have been weird without it, but anyways. They also, in this meeting, decided that any player betting on his own team will be expelled, and any player betting on any other team will forfeit his pay, which is very weird rules.
That's very weird because that just means to me that they were all betting on themselves before that day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, for sure.
That was a problem.
Yes. 1874. I wonder how much they were betting, like 5
nickels?
cents or something. Yeah, for sure. 1962, so we're jumping ahead quite a bit. Philadelphia center Wilt Chamberlain scores 100 points, most ever by an NBA player in a single game, in Warriors' 169-147 win over New York Knicks in Hershey.
The rest of the team scored 69 points.
That's crazy. And he went 36 of 63 from the field, so it took him 63 shot attempts. And he was 28 of 32 from the free throw line, so that's pretty solid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 1983. This is not sports history, but this is history. The first CD players are released in America, along with 16 albums on CD. So, March 1983, the day the CD player dropped. 2004, Indianapolis Colts signed quarterback Peyton Manning to a 7-year, $98 million deal with a $34.5 million signing bonus, largest package to date in the NFL at that point.
Wow. I wonder what it is now.
Yeah. Do you know what it is, Stenda? It's got to be something insane. Like the largest package in the NFL to date, like a deal.
Well, Pat Mahomes is
he the highest?
Ooh, he's like, what? $500 million. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he got, what was it, 10 years? 10 years, $500 million.
Did you see how drunk he was at the parade? How hilarious was that?
Hey,
he handed the trophy to somebody, like a fan.
Yeah, he gave it to him.
That was hilarious.
I love it.
Yeah. But did you see there was a post about this lady that says that she not a post, she writes a article about them drinking alcohol for the second time.
I didn't see it.
That they've had the parade when they won the Super Bowl, and that is what it's showing to the kids. That they're drinking, they're getting drunk, and I'm like,
oh my God, whatever.
Like, and
they're adults. So.
I'm like, dude, this is where we're at. I'm like, okay, so these grown men are.
So the kids didn't see the game too.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's all they're seeing. Okay.
They're just seeing. And I'm like, dude, you just talk about a culture. I'm like, whatever.
Even though I'm sure the kids just watch them all season.
Yeah.
Right.
To just see them one time drinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. So stupid. I think Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce drank for like 12 hours straight.
No, nothing was as good. I'm sorry. It's still the Warriors. Their parade and how drunk Steph Curry was.
Yes.
Nope. I
love it. I love when they do that.
I love it.
They got it, man.
That was hilarious.
And I think, didn't Tom Brady throw the trophy to
he
Gronk
threw
from
it to Gronk.
from another float or something? Yeah, they just get hammered. It's
I
funny.
love it.
Yeah, it's great.
You just got to do.
Because I think it's because as a former athlete, you know how, and they're at the level where it's. I mean, there's nothing higher, so you know what work they do.
Yeah.
So to just be able to and they give us all this entertainment all season long,
and then see them actually having fun.
Actually have a good time is amazing. It's cool.
It is cool.
I feel like that's crazy to offset what her that woman's point is. I feel like it's good for them to see,
right? That they're actual people.
They're people, and you get a reward.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's okay to celebrate.
It's fun. It's good to have fun.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not like they're like driving drunk. And it's like
they're being driven around on a float.
Yeah, all right.
Like, who even cares? Even if they, again, I shouldn't say that, but who cares? Like, just let them enjoy it. Like, you just, my kid. Your kid probably listens to you at home say all these negative, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
your kid is guaranteed you cussing with their friends when you're not in the room.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, just
probably drinking too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly
Maybe you should go check your wine cellar before.
Oh, wait, it's empty. Yeah, because you drank everything out of there.
Funny.
Oh, man.
Hey, JP, did you hear that when Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points, he went 36 of 63 from the field? Did you know that?
No, I knew. I mean, when he scored the hundo.
Yeah, he shot 63 field goals.
But they were probably all two.
They were. Yeah, I don't even think they had a three.
Yeah, they probably were all twos.
That's nuts, though. Anyways, okay, last one. 2014, March 2nd, Arby's buys the hat Pharrell Williams wore to the Grammys on eBay for $44,100, which is weird. They bought it on eBay. Anyways,
Why?
The fast food chain donates the hat because it resembled their logo to the museum in Washington, D.C. Money from the auction goes to the From One Hand to Another charity. I just thought it was funny that they bought his hat on eBay. And who, like, it says Arby's, but, like,
who would Arby's?
Yeah, what guy was like, let's buy this hat for $44,000 on eBay.
And then give it to a museum.
Yeah. Interesting facts.
Was it an Arby's museum? I don't understand.
I'm not really sure.
That's great.
Got like the museum, and there's like old school cheese sticks
and curly fries.
Curly fries over there. They've been there for 10 years. They probably still eat them.
Why not, dude?
Oh, man.
That's great.
All right, so.
Love it.
We got to get in the food, but hey, while we get in the food, I got one for you. I was going to do start, bench, cut.
Okay.
But I'm going to ask Monique here. Okay. Do you remember watching Michael Jordan play?
No.
Or were you too young?
Too young.
Because
I was born in '96.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it would have. I would have.
If
I would have seen it, I would have seen old Mike with the Wizards, and yeah.
So, who are you gonna? Okay, if you had to make a decision, LeBron or Jordan?
Well, only because I haven't seen Jordan, so I have to go LeBron.
Oh man, I was hoping you could be like, I watched some videos.
My dad actually just shared a post that I feel like it just explains it perfectly. Who said it?
Stenda's so pro
Someone
Jordan.
said it. I forget. Someone said it.
I know you're pro Jordan.
But
who, me?
Yeah,
I'm both. I like them both.
Okay. I don't know.
I do like them both. I don't like LeBron's kind of a crybaby, but
yeah, when you just look at actual, like, not what they've done and just actual statistical wise, LeBron is better.
Statistically, yes.
That's it.
Yes.
But just Jordan, who he is, and being a dog and a competitor, Jordan, there's no one's better than Jordan. Yeah. So it's just.
Oh, you just said it. No one's better than Jordan.
Stenda loves Jordan.
Yeah, baby. Monique for the W.
I can't even tell you how many times he's changed his profile picture to Michael Jordan.
I love that guy.
And then I'm also the type of person where it's just like, there's just no comparing all of them.
Yeah,
just,
I know.
It's
you're
impossible.
Right. LeBron's like a freak in nature.
Yeah, there's
body-wise and just stamina. And
like, if you really put them two next to each other in both their prime, you look at them like,
yeah.
Well, yeah. But
you're
like,
absolutely right. Yes,
it's hard. They're completely different. I mean, then Kobe's completely different from Jordan and both of them. Yeah. Then there's just
I know people just want to have something to debate about.
Always.
Yeah.
There always has to be a disagreement. Never. No.
I know, but I wanted to ask you. I knew, like, coming in this, I'm like, she was graduating 13. I'm like, all right, she might have seen Jordan. And I'm like,
yeah, no,
probably too young.
No, the first time I remember basketball was 2003. So that's why I'm LeBron, Wade.
Oh yeah, so
that's the year I vividly remember. And then I'm like, oh, NBA, okay, basketball.
Yeah. And see, like, to me, I don't know what you guys. Dwayne Wade, he was a stud.
I was obsessed with Dwayne Wade. He was.
Yeah.
I was a Heat. I literally considered myself a Heat fan because I was a Dwayne Wade.
Yeah. I thought he was good looking.
You know,
that's why I was.
I was gonna say. I figured that's probably why. I thought he was good looking.
And he was really fast.
When I was looking up facts for On This Day, on March 2nd, one of the years, the Heat chose their logo by like a fan submission. So that
cool.
flaming basketball was like a fan submitted. I should have included that. I didn't, but it was on there.
Fun fact: they're playing in Chicago on March 17th. Oh. No, 18th.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the day I'm opening for T.I.
Oh.
So live your life. Hey.
That is that day. Yeah. Why do you think that was April? I'm losing it.
April. I'm doing Tech 9 in April.
I wasn't. But now that I realize the day was opening.
What are you doing? You ain't gonna go watch T.I.?
Okay, let's just be honest.
The Rhythm City Casino.
I love T.I., but at the top of my head, I was like, do I want to go pay to see old T.I.? That was my thought process.
I'm curious to see. As a fan, I want to see like what he does.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I hope it's not a bunch of radio stuff. I kind of hope it's a lot of everything.
Yeah.
And people are on the post saying, like, he's just going to do a stand-up comedy because he does that now.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah.
I can't imagine how that goes.
I've heard he just gets up there and just starts talking and says all of his big words and stuff. So
he better not.
I don't know. I just love listening. It's kind of like Eminem or Snoop. Like, anytime I see them come on Facebook, I'm just glued to it. Like Snoop, when he's on there, like he's talking about whatever, I don't care what it is. I'm just like,
he's got to be the most entertaining person ever.
He's just living the life.
I used to watch his when he would do his little podcast. I used to watch that all the time.
He just
is the man.
He literally does what he wants. Yes. And nobody stops him from doing anything he wants to do.
Like, you cannot, like, if you can't, I don't know. Yeah, Snoop, those guys, I don't know. T.I., I'll still Live Your Life, that song. That was with Rihanna, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, and you can't go wrong.
But I like
you can't go wrong with Rihanna.
I like Rubber Band Man. Yeah. I like that. I like the early T.I.
Yeah, the hungry T.I. Yeah.
It was a long time ago. But.
Yeah. Speaking of hungry, Stenda, open that food, boy.
Okay.
So tell them about it.
We got Hooks tonight. Monique. Hooks Pub.
And how did this come about?
Well, hey, I actually reached out to your sister.
Okay.
Angie Skiff. Shout out to Angie Skiff.
Yep. Shout out to Blake. He's the one who put this together for us, right?
It's Blake
Stearns.
Blake Stearns.
Yep.
He put this together, but I reached out to Angie initially.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, he'll hook you up. And we went in there tonight. And he's like, hey, I got you guys. So we don't know what it is. But,
it's a mystery.
We
kind of do because I already took a bite of one of them. So.
Okay, well, what's
surprise? Yeah, make sure you give that one to me.
We do not want to give that one to Monique because Tanner, did you eat the whole thing? Okay.
Maybe I ate the bone and all.
Oh, there it is.
Monique, I'm giving you this one.
What is it?
Yeah, are you going, girl? I'm gonna try this one.
Hey, he did say
spicy.
They have a burger of the week. What's it called? The Space Jam.
Yes,
that looks
Space
so good.
Jam. Yep.
It's like bacon and jam and something else. But anyways, okay, let's see.
Oh, baby. Oh.
Which one you got, Stenda?
I don't know what that, baby.
Well, you didn't get the hot one. You got a little garlic one, boy.
It was garlic.
How hot is this supposed to be?
Is it hot? It's not?
No, it's not too bad.
So you tell me I got to try it?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's good.
Y'all trying to...
That's not bad at all.
Okay, you know I don't like hot stuff.
I don't either, and it's not bad.
You don't?
That's why I was nervous. I was like, it smells hot.
Hey, when I smell
I've tried on these a couple times before from it was so hot.
Yeah, he had... Oh, yeah.
Mike's Fun Food ones, I was legit crying.
Oh, my God.
This is a good wing.
Holy heck. You guys want some... Here. It's starting to get hot.
I'm not gonna lie, my mouth is a little hot now.
Yeah, it's a little.
It's starting to get here.
Kick you after the fact, type of thing.
You can pass it down if he needs it.
Yeah.
It's starting to get hot.
You got a straw?
Just a tad.
Okay, it's starting to get hot. All right.
Just a little
Why
bit.
did we do this?
No, that's not that bad.
This was yours? Or no? What is this one? Oh my God, what happened? There's like a chicken tumor on it.
I feel like this garlic looks like it might be even hotter.
Just do it.
Is it
Sometimes
good?
you just gotta do it.
No, the garlic's really good.
Mm-hmm. That's good for you too. I'm sure all this is healthy.
I'm sure everybody likes hearing this juice on these.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so while we're all
that's a good wing.
Yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm making it.
Hooks Pub, you can dine in, carry out.
Uh-huh.
He said they're on DoorDash too, right, Stenda? Is that what he told us?
Yep, you can do them on DoorDash. Yep.
So, if you don't like leaving your house.
I got one. Okay, it's kind of getting kind of hot. Tanner, I know your football team is the Bears, so I feel sad. I feel bad for you. Monique, who you like? I'm still stuck on football because we haven't started baseball yet. Who do you like in the NFL?
I am a Dallas Cowboy fan.
The what?
I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Who? Mm-hmm. Okay. I really had a lot of love for you. I don't anymore.
Wow.
That's usually what happens.
Who do you like? Why do you like Dak?
Oh no, I've been a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Oh, you just been okay.
Yeah, my dad has always been a fan, so
okay.
I chose his team over my mom's.
Marcus
team.
is a Cowboy fan?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Do you watch him quite a bit?
Yeah.
You know, I don't like Dak as a player, but I actually kind of I watch a lot of stuff about him.
I like him as a person. He's a great person.
Yeah.
He is.
He needs to leave our football team now.
Right. Yeah, I watch some of that stuff.
It's about time.
I think I agree.
I think it's about time.
Yep.
Oh, no, I was really big. I was really came up on the Des Bryant.
Oh yeah,
I was a huge Des Bryant fan.
He
for
was
multiple reasons.
He was a stud.
Yeah, he was amazing.
What reasons?
He looks amazing.
Well,
yeah, he also does look amazing.
I remember when I was little, my older sister Nikki had a Troy Aikman poster on her wall. That's my first memory of football ever was that. Seriously. I think he had his shirt off and had some like denim jeans on. Why do I remember that? That's so weird.
I know. I took a Derrick Rose poster out of the East, like not the East, but they had like the little posters in there. Yeah. So I had that on my wall. Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Stenda, who'd you have on your wall, dude?
You know,
and if you didn't have anybody, who would you have
And
had?
Little Bow Wow.
Little Bow Wow.
I remember Little Bow Wow. Yeah. Wasn't he in a couple of different movies?
Yeah.
I do remember that. If I was going to have anybody, Paul Konerko or Big Ben.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Right now in the NFL, you know who I love?
Lack of mobility, Big Ben.
You know what? He still gets
That was for my mother.
Did she say that?
No, I say that because they said it on the TV one time, and I'd never let her live it down.
Take it back.
I can't.
Take it back.
Because it was so accurate when they said it. Wow. He really did. The end of his career, his lack of mobility.
Was it against the Raiders?
I don't remember, but
probably was.
When they said it, I died immediately because I was like, "That's the perfect way to put it."
Poor Ben.
Poor guy could.
Yeah, he couldn't do it anymore.
He couldn't run. I mean, he'd been beat up for so long, but yeah. I think now, who I don't like Mahomes. I don't like watching him.
He drives me nuts. Probably because they're so good, but he drives me nuts watching them too. I hate Joe Burrow, and people be like, I made a post one time about Joe Burrow, and you know who commented was Mr. Massey. Really? And I said, I hate Joe Burrow because he looks like blah, blah, blah. And he's like, he commented, well, he's done everything right, blah, blah, blah. Like he was trying to, and I want to just be like, no, I'm not saying it because like I think he's wrong or like he's like bad, but I'm like, I just hate the guy. Yeah. But then I'm like, no, actually I do hate the guy. Just because you want to. It's okay, dude. You can do that. Oh, shoot.
I mean, in the NFL now, if I was going to pick somebody, it's kind of hard. I don't even know. You know who I was a big fan of? Geno Smith.
Yeah.
And I will say Geno Smith from Seattle, played at West Virginia, has been a backup for like 8-9 years.
Yeah. It was a cool story for sure in 2022.
Yeah. And just because like he was playing on $3 million a year.
Yeah.
And
which is insane money, but not in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Not in the NFL.
Yeah. No.
So I mean, I'm always for the underdogs.
For sure.
So
I like it. Well, JP.
Hey.
Episode 14, man.
Woo!
It's in the books.
Monique, we appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me, you guys.
Yeah,
that was fun. This was fun.
It was a good episode.
Now I have a long journey home.
Yeah. Hopefully you're safe.
Hopefully.
Do you need, we can give you gas money.
Yeah.
We could.
Definitely going to need gas money.
Well, do you want us to call somebody to come get
the Uber?
Yeah. Well,
do we have those here?
It might take a long time for them to get here.
Yeah. Yep. Anyways, look, Random Tanner, JP, Stenda, Monique, episode 14.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you guys.
Sign off. See you.